Welcome students, welcome to the first part of my video, that is political science, standard 10th, the electoral process. As we all know, elections have played a major role in the working of Indian democracy. Election and representation are the two very important processes in democracy. We know the people's representative are selected through election. When the election is on, we select our candidate. We select our political party who has to come and govern us, or which government should come. It is the election which decides. Now, in order to have an election or to bring in change of power, we require free and fair election. Now, why do we require free and fair election? Very simple, easy to bring in change in power through peaceful means. To get different political parties an opportunity to rule, policies of the government and the life of the society also changes. The policies will be such, the new policies, that will be the welfare of the people. We expect our representative that they should work for us honestly, efficiently, and they should be trustworthy, and they should respect the opinion of the people. So these are the very reasons why we conduct free and fair election. To ensure that, the Constitution of India has made a provision, that is, an election commission has been administered to carry out the election process in India. Now, let me tell you about something more about Election Commission. Election Commission of India and the state level of State Election Commission conducts important election in our country. The entire process of election, right from declaring the date of election to the declaration of the result, is carried out under the directions and control of the Election Commission. The election process is an inseparable component of comprehensive democratic process. Now, let us see what does the Election Commission do. Now, how this Election Commission has come in. In India, Election Commission is central to the process of election. Article 324 of Indian Constitution has established autonomous body which consists of one chief election commissioner and two other commissioners. Now let me give you an information who was the first chief election commissioner. It was none other than Sukumar Sen. Sen was selected from Indian Civil Service under the British rule. He was given the charge of election commissioner after the Election Commission was established in 1950. Mr. Sen efficiently handled the responsibility of the Election Commission in extremely adverse condition. Now, who appoints the election commissioner? Simple. It is the president. It is the president who appoints the election commissioner. And who can remove the election commissioner? Again, you will see that once the chief election commissioner, once he is appointed as an election commissioner, he cannot be removed for small reasons. He is independent. There is a separate provision made for the expenses of election commission. Election commission does not have a separate staff. Now, who supports the election commission? The government officers, teachers, and other employees help the election commission to execute the process. Now, my dear students, we will see now one by one what are the functions of election commission. The first and the foremost function of the election commission is preparing the voters list. Every citizen who have completed the age of 18 has a right to vote. So it is the duty of the election commission to prepare the list of eligible voters and also update the existing voter list. And the election commission has an authority to issue identity cards to the voters. Now, the second function. The second function is to decide timetable and the program of election. To conduct the election is entirely the responsibility of the election commission. Election commission decides the date and in how many stages the election is conducted in every state. The third function, scrutiny of application of the candidate. My dear students, many of them come and they fill the form for the election as a candidate. But it is the responsibility of the election commission to scrutinize which candidate is eligible to stand for election. For example, it is not given in your book, but I would like to tell you, a person who is having a criminal background, who has murdered two people and is standing for election, such people cannot be standing for election. He or she is not eligible as a candidate because he has got a criminal background, and that scrutiny will be done by whom? By the election commission. The fourth function, it gives recognition to the political parties. Now, our India is having a multi-party system. For small petty reasons, what the people do, they just go away from the party and they form a new party. They split from the party. And whose duty is to recognize these new parties which are coming in? It is the duty of the election commission. The election commission not only gives recognition but also gives the symbols to the political party. And last but not the least, to resolve any dispute relating to election. Yes, when the election is on, and if the dispute arises between two parties or two candidates, it is ultimately the election commission who tries to resolve the issues. This problem cannot be taken to the court or to the police station. But who can deal with this is the election commission. And if the election commission feels that a candidate has to be disqualified or if the election commission feels there should be re-election in that particular constituency, and that is carried out, or it is a responsibility of the election commission. And last but not the least, restructuring of the constituencies. Now, the total number of members of the Lok Sabha is 543. How are these members elected? Every members represent one constituency. It means 543 constituencies of the Lok Sabha. Creating constituency is the sole responsibility of election commission, and they restructure the constituencies. So, my dear students, I end my video over here. I end this first part. I will come out with a second part later on. Thank you.